Seba,
Hola Mario,
¿cómo andas?
¿cómo va?
Acá estamos.
Bien. How's it going today, guys?
Hey,
Hey, good morning.
morning.
You doing something fun next week, Sebastian, or going on vacation?
Yeah, I have a lot of time in the road.
How are you? A driving vacation? Road trip?
Yeah, exactly. I'm going
That's what we
quite
call it.
far, so
That's what we call it in here, is a road trip. Do you guys have a term like that?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
But yeah, it will be mostly the road. So
Where's your final destination? How far are you going? How many kilometers?
I am going to visit Salta,
Okay.
which is from here 100 and sorry 1,200 kilometers, maybe something like 800 miles, maybe.
Yeah, it's about 700 miles.
Okay.
21.
Okay,
When you said,
Something
when you
like
said
that.
100 miles, I
Yeah,
was
that's
that's not that bad. That's why I
yeah, 100 kilometers not that far.
no.
600 miles, that's a lot. That's even better.
Yeah,
That's about what
So-
if I
yeah.
close to for us to drive to LA, right? That's about what LA is from Salt Lake.
Oh, about it was a 10-hour,
Right, yeah, something like that, like
10, 11 hours.
10, 12 hours, yeah. So, but seems I will be driving with my kids, so we'll stop in the middle. It will be slow.
it'll feel
Yeah.
like 2,000 hours.
Chuck's a road tripper. They do a lot. You do a lot of road trips, ain't Chuck?
Oh, really?
He goes up to Oregon, which is probably that's got to be about 800 miles, right?
It's like 900, yeah.
900.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's up in the top corner of our country, just below. Is Alaska just above it, or does you have to go to Canada and then into Alaska?
It's yeah, so from the there's Washington above it, and then Canada, and yeah,
So
I see. Let's see.
it's a good haul up there, but
yeah, it's
Oregon.
like 1,400 kilometers. Yeah. Yeah, the coast is just really pretty. There's volcanic
Oregon,
kind of volcanic formations.
the
It's
Oregon coast is incredible.
Okay, so I'm going to the same relative province position in Argentina, which is the top west,
Yeah.
second from top down, right? So
Yeah.
it's similar situation.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Well, good. That'll be fun.
Are you going to go to the Museum of High Altitude Archaeology? Because that's there. You could.
That's there, really?
So is it like mountainous? Is that
Yeah.
mountains? Okay.
Yes, it is. So
Okay.
I'm actually doing the vast majority of the road in the flat road
Mhm.
because of take it easy, or I don't know how to say that, right?
Yeah, kind of like
So the
classic.
right. So
Yeah.
just the last kilometers, I will go to the mountains.
Cool.
Yeah. It will
Hey,
be
you
fun.
guys got some red rock down there. That's looks kind of Utah-ish a little bit.
Oh, yeah, it does. It looks exactly like Utah.
Cool.
Yeah, and
Oh,
where I
really?
live, there is a landscape that really looks like that, but it's not actually red rock. It's like sand, which is
Mhm.
you can touch the walls and you can see that the sand falls. So
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
the
sandstone.
landscape
Interesting.
is really fits the same.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks, there's,
cool.
I was just looking at the pictures here, and there's a lot of pictures that look like they could be taken in Utah.
Yeah.
Of the mountain ranges
Yeah.
anyways.
This one, it's really cool because it's like all the layers.
Yeah.
Like the layers are all on the side and it's like pointed. And then it's
Yeah.
got like red, yellow, black. Anyway,
Yeah, I was looking at that picture
It's
too.
cool.
That's cool. All right. Well, Ryan, how's everything going with you? Everything okay?
Sleeping when you can, and we're doing our best.
Powering through it, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, well, let
It's,
us know.
and I don't know if you're familiar with kidney stone sizes, but hers is 8 millimeters.
Ooh.
Oh.
Ouch.
Let's see.
oh,
Do they have to blast
That's-
it?
Well,
That's
it's right. Yeah, it's almost a centimeter. I mean, it's huge.
That's huge.
Yeah.
They said that it's already traveled down the entire, like it's right at the bladder, ready to pass, and so they're like, we're really surprised you made it this long without coming in, because I don't even remember, several weeks ago we went in for some tests and they didn't find anything, but now they found it, so we're
Oh, man.
we're hopeful that it will. But anyway, she has some appointments to follow up and see if they'll blast it or not. Yeah, we're
Man,
just,
I'm so sorry. That sounds
it's
miserable.
rough. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
rough.
Okay, well, let us know if there's anything we can do to help you.
Well, thank you. I'm just going to be home for a little bit while I figure this out. So,
Okay, we'll do what you need. Rebecca is sick today,
Okay.
so let's go ahead and get started.
Okay. Okay. I was working today in pull request comments. The one is the for Sebastian in the batch component files. I was finishing some tests, doing the approach he mentioned.
Did
It's
that makes some sense? Because I totally replied just from what I can read and without playing around with cloud or whatever, right? So all I want to avoid is to have the full path build be responsibility of whoever calls or needs that file reference. So did that sending the prefix or the discriminator or anything else made sense after that?
Yes, I could make that approach successfully. Just the discriminator will be the inside the path. let's
Okay.
say, basically.
The inside the add file reference method, or what do you mean
Yeah.
inside the path?
Yeah, it's a parameter inside the
Parameter.
add file reference, and
Okay.
well, the lookup will be part plus path. Let's say, part plus path,
Mhm.
basically.
Okay.
So I am doing the test right now. It is working fine. Testing, for instance, manual cutter, outputs, SCODICs, work orders, all kind of stuff. Everything looks fine, and well, I think I am in the position to create the commit, the changes, let's say, into the existing pull request. And well, I will continue with this task and follow with the next one.
And I'm still trying to get an answer from Tara on the colors that she's talking about on lamination.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get a chance to talk to her about it yesterday, so I'm sending her an email so that sometimes she's busy and I can't track her down and it's easier to send that. So I'll pass that on to you as soon as I find it.
Yeah. My main concern in that story is the comment from Ryan that it will be a a huge conversation or a big conversation or something like that, because
No, we just need to have the conversation. I think she thought that it was there, and I mean, I didn't question her because she was pretty convinced, and so I thought, well, maybe we did. I don't remember that.
You're
So-
talking about the. So let me make sure that I understand before I send this off. So the question is that she had said to use the color bars on the sides and to use the color that we were indicating.
It's already on the work order.
That's already on the work order. But Mario is saying he's not seeing anywhere where we're adding a color.
It's not just Mario. I mean, I confirmed. We don't
Oh, okay.
have it
You
on there.
confirmed it too.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, that's why I was like, well, that's a good question. Let me look. And I looked at a couple work orders, and I can't see where we would have.
Okay.
So I don't see it either, but I didn't go into the code to look it up. But I just pulled up several work orders that call for lamination, and there's no color anywhere on the work order
Okay.
showing associated with the lamination.
Okay, great. I'll see what. Maybe I can find out what she was referring to, and then we'll go from
Yeah.
there.
I was
Yeah, so maybe I just misunderstood.
I was working with Cloud for that particular colors pattern for laminations, and I could make some adding some code in the HTML version of the work orders in order to put that lamination information in, as a test, just for making something
Yeah, we don't
to advance something.
we don't have space at the top for another colored tab unless we start invading the space on the left where we have the rush and the reprint colors. Everything to the right of the size of the date is all occupied with other color tabs, so we would need to redesign that and figure out how we're going to do that.
I see. Okay. Well,
So, is part of the story to change the work orders as well?
No,
We
we
don't
just
know.
wanted to. Yeah, we were just gonna match the color that was already being used, but we're saying we don't see any color, so I don't. But that was what her request was, and I agree
Right.
with Ryan. She seemed like she was fairly certain of it, but now we're not finding it. So I'm just trying to figure out what she was referring to, or maybe she was mistaken. I don't know, but I just want to make sure we're on the same page. And then if I
Yeah.
guess worst case scenario, we just say, okay, we can't match any color. We choose a new group of colors that we do, or I don't know. We'll just figure out what we want to do after that if that's not the case. Or maybe she's talking about something specific, and if she can provide an example, then we can try to find out where that's coming from.
I maybe misunderstood. We need the color bar at each of lamination jobs, but I thought it will also be in the work order as well, but maybe not, right?
Yeah, I don't think that this story will be to do the work orders also. That would be a separate story that we would look at later to add that functionality, make a match. But all we need to do is we need to identify the colors that we're going to be using for this. And
She didn't actually ask to add a color to the work order. She was just
No.
saying there was a color on the work order.
and
So
she
now
used that.
And now are you saying maybe she
There aren't
wants
any.
to add a color? And that's
I'm
where
saying
it
there
would
aren't colors. There aren't colors for us to reference. When we asked her what
Right.
colors she wanted to use, she said use the ones on the work order. We looked at the work order. There aren't colors being used for the lamination on the work order. So what did she mean? That's all we're trying to figure
Right.
out.
Okay. All right. That's what I thought. I just want to make sure. Okay. Good.
Okay, that's it for me.
Okay. Well, for me, it was two things. Moving on with the nested stage implementation. I did it the hard way, assuming what you said, Ryan, in the end, that they wanted. I was pretty sure we were going to drop the dashboard, and now that you say that maybe not, okay, I assumed that and did the hard work to update everywhere. It's not the way I really wanted, but it's working now. I am running now the self-review. I am leaving some things
Sorry,
aside.
Sebastian.
Yeah.
Can we back up just a minute? We met with
Okay.
Rebecca and Scotty, and I met with Tara yesterday on this,
Okay.
and I just wanted to. I was writing an email and I didn't hear what you said. So you were
Okay.
saying yesterday you were having a challenge with, what was it? Sorry.
It was the dashboards.
Uh-huh.
Whether we
The current
wanted to
production
show,
dashboards.
right? Whether we needed to show the full path of the stage, considering that they will probably be dropped
Okay, so
once we
I-
apply the new dashboards.
I did get an answer for that. We are going to be keeping those dashboards, and they
Okay.
are going to be in active use. They're just not going to be displayed on the floor. So your new dashboards are what we call the stat boards, maybe, and maybe we just need to change the name so that we're not confusing the two. She does use dashboards. She does want to keep dashboards, but we're going to display the stat boards on the thing, and she
TVs.
would on the TVs. And so, if at all possible, she was, and Scotty, you tell me if you got the same impression, but I felt like she was pretty adamant that she would like that path on the dashboards. Not the stat boards, but the dashboards. And so, are you saying that you did find a way to do that because you were
Right.
a little bit struggling with it yesterday, right?
Yes, it was the hard
Okay.
part. So,
Okay.
Yeah. So
So I
we're-
hope that's clear. We are keeping the dashboards. It's just they just are not going to be what we're displaying on the floor. We're going to display the stat boards on the floor.
And this just goes. That was my number one concern with doing this in the way that she's asking, is how hard it was going to be to get them in all the locations. But it sounds like Sebastian has done it, and
Yeah.
it was a challenge.
Little
Yeah,
bit of coding
the-
ninja there, coding voodoo.
Yeah, the main issue was the SQL update for the dashboards, right? And now this also may affect the comparison we do between the dashboard and what we're going to update and so on. So that was the hard part.
Yeah.
But yeah, now it's there. And plus, now the code needs to assume that we will have only 2 levels of nesting and not more than that.
Yeah, it does.
And that's fine. Yeah. So I had to just assume that all over the place. Not all over the place, but I really wanted this to be more dynamic. But yeah, it is what it is. At least for now. In the meantime, while I was waiting for an answer on things like that, I was moving on with another story. That was the layout frame width. Remember that it was too thick for
Yes.
the layout, so that's
That layout page?
thinner. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The pull request is slightly more invasive than what we need to, but that's because of the self-review. So, well, anyway, that's there, and I will keep working on the nested stages. That's it for me. Oh, and I still need the other things that will work as cart and bins. I think Rebecca was working on finding what their names. Chad, do you remember that they said that they also wanted another set of stages to be cart or bins?
Yeah. So that was
Okay.
the other part that we talked about is.
Okay.
Well, it's kind of getting it's a little bit weird. So we have these wire racks that have been considered shelving, but they want to be able to stage to those wire racks. And so we talked to them about that yesterday, and we said, okay, well, we can't call those shelves if we're going. They need to be a stage, and she was okay with that.
They've always been stages.
Oh, they've always been stages. Okay, great.
They've just been calling it a shelf because
Okay.
of human.
And so, if that's it, I didn't know the answer to that, and she and they didn't either because they thought they were shelves, but I think it's probably just a nomenclature. So it's
Just
It-
looks like a shelf.
yeah. Okay, so the three places that they are gonna want to stage a bin to are carts, the wire shelves or wire racks, which are a
Wire
stage, and then they said there's some black ones too. I need to go down and see what those are. Do you know what those are?
No, we're going to need to see what those are and what the barcodes are, and hopefully they're not actual shelves and they really are stages. Because if they are shelves, that's not going to be
Yeah, and we talked to
easily
her.
doable.
We talked to her about that, and I felt like Scotty was kind of explaining that to her, and it seemed like she understood that, and she was like understood that they needed to be stages, not shelves, and so.
Okay.
But I will go down afterwards, and I'll find out what the black ones, what they're talking about are. I mean, they got to be a little bit different because they said that they put bins on there, so they can't be their regular shelves. But I don't know how they're entered in the system. So,
Right.
so what we would need then is I just need to go get a picture of the barcode that's on it so that we can see what it is. Is that accurate?
Preferably a couple of them,
Okay.
just to make sure that they all have the same pattern.
Okay, I'll go figure that out after this meeting and send it over to you and to the two of you so you know what they are.
Okay, awesome. What I'm updating right now are 1200 pound bins. Does that sound correct?
1,200 what's?
Bins.
Bins. Total?
There are 300 blue and red bins, and
300?
I
Oh
believe
no,
so.
there's way more
No.
than that. There's like 800
300 carts. You meant-
carts. There's 300 carts.
Right, you're right. There are way more than that. There are probably, yeah, I have no idea how many.
that
1200 is probably
sounds
reasonable.
about right. I think there might be like 800 red ones or blue ones and 500 red ones or something like that. Or
Yeah, it's a round
That-
number, right?
It was a
300
round number.
exactly. So maybe
because we started
there
with
is-
500 and then we added red ones and then we added some more blue ones. So 12's probably about right.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay, good, great. Okay, I'll wait for that info before I can create the full pull request. Okay, that's it for me.
Okay. So, let's see. I created some stories for a couple things, but for let's see, there was a Duplo issue where a cut wasn't happening, so went down with Dan and to figure that out, and I actually still need to create a story for that. Just forgot about that. Because there was a rounding issue.
What a rounding issue.
Yeah, there's a rounding issue, so there has to be 5 millimeters of the gutter in between the cards has to be 5 millimeters. But there's a rounding error happening, so it ends up being 4.9 millimeters, at least in this case. And so that was causing it to the one cutting wheel to not move over and cut it, because made that gutter too small.
How critical is that?
Well, they end up with a bunch of cards. I don't know if they take them over to
This is the Duplo,
manual
right?
cutter.
Did you
Yeah,
see that?
Duplo.
It was Duplo.
Yeah.
That makes sense. We did make an adjustment to the way that we were doing our rounding.
Oh yeah. Yes.
The reason I was asking is I just didn't know if we needed to get a story and get going
Oh,
on
like-
it today.
Yeah,
and
no,
then
we do. I think we do, because they're not efficient to be cut of the manual cutters. We need to figure out what do we do there.
Okay. Well, and then I didn't want it to fall on Chuck because I know that there's a couple of things with the shipping that Jamie and Charlie are waiting for, and so I'm not sure if somebody else has some time they could take a look at this. So it's Chuck, you'll probably have to write a story for it.
Yeah, I'll get that.
And
done.
then but I know there's that USPS thing that Jamie has been asking about, and I know the DHL thing. I know that you keep getting pulled off on stuff, and so ideally, I'd like to see if somebody else could work on that rounding thing so that feels like there's just a lot of stuff today because we got those lay flat things too that Dan's and Tara's been asking about. We'll get to
Yeah, those are done though. Those
Oh, are
are
they?
done. I got those out this morning before stand-ups. That's why I was late, and then I couldn't get Teams to work. But that's okay anyway.
Well, that's good. That's one less thing to worry about.
Yeah.
Anyway, so there was that, and then there was so there was some Simpress stuff, which we just have the account manager, however they get a label, get them. But then Mari said that they were getting a lot, and then it looked like it was all of them. So I went and looked into it, and it was the return address. They must be requiring that now.
Oh,
Yeah, I looked into that enough that I like code changed it from my computer, and I created a label successfully from mine. But maybe we should have just seen if they could flip it back to however it was. I don't know if they must have changed something. It was already in the schema.
what was
that's
the
all
schema that it's required?
The return address. No, not that it was required. Just I didn't have to.
Huh.
It was in the model, like.
Yeah, I think we probably
so-
just need to push that out, and
Yeah.
there's probably a change on their end, and
Yeah.
we'll.
Okay, so I've got the code change in. I wanted to try it on one more, but then I'll create a protocol for that.
We probably should still make sure that they're aware of that, because I would hate for us to be sending something that they don't agree that it should be on there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But-
Good, because they might be, however it was working before might be different than
Yeah.
what we're actually sending. So yeah, that makes
So
sense.
do we just need to talk to Mari so she can communicate with them and tell them what we're finding and seeing how they
Yes.
want to proceed? Okay.
Yes.
So Chuck, we'll
Yeah.
go and talk to Mari after this and let her know what you found so that she can reach out to them and figure out what they want to do.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, and then yeah. Anyway, so I'm gonna just wrap up this little stuff, and then I should be back into the DHL flat rate, and I should be able to have that. Yeah, hopefully out pretty soon. So that's it for me.
If you maybe while we're finishing up stand up, if you want to just work on trying to put in that Duplo story in,
Yeah,
and
I
then we can, if you get it done by the time where we can talk to you about it at the end and see if we can get somebody to take a look at that so you can finish up because we also have a call with USPS in a few minutes
yeah,
too,
it's
right?
at 11. I think it's at 11.
Oh, and I have new products meeting right now too. Oh my god. I'm gonna have to go. Why don't you guys stay on, Ryan, and finish running through stand up with the team, so I can go over and meet with the new products meeting.
Will you record it? Either just use your phone and record it and send me the audio file so we can get it up into TLDB.
Yeah, how do I do that? Just find
Well,
the recorder.
You can just do. I think you can just do a voice memo and just record
Okay.
it,
All right.
and then just send me the file and I'll upload it.
Okay, I'll work on that. All right, and then I'll just follow up. Just send me a Slack or something if there's anything else you need from me that comes from this meeting,
Okay.
and then I'll follow up with you guys afterwards. Thanks, everybody.
Okay, see ya.
For me, just working on Rentify and the cutting planning stuff. Had that meeting yesterday. It kind of threw me for a little bit of a loop. As far as time, so just gonna get back to it today. Maybe look at that Duplo thing, I guess, if needs be. But then I'm trying to figure out what Mari is talking about in this email. I don't understand her question, so I'm gonna have to follow up with that on the Papier biller. So just a lot of little things here and there. them being tracked down, and that's all for me. So.
Okay. Really trying to get. I was planning on getting to deploy first thing this morning, but I got sidetracked with these leaflets. But now I'm going to get back to getting some PRs in so we can get a deploy out. With being a couple of days, I've got to get up on that. So that's it for me. Do have a couple of things in stand-up we can probably look at. Share my screen.
I did have a couple notes from that meeting yesterday. I don't know if it matters, but I can run through them just really quick, and you can tell me if it matters. Sebastian,
Go for it. Actually, give me 1 second. I've got to. My Teams has to restart, so I'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay.
Anybody see that game yesterday? It was terrible.
Really?
We lost
I see the
4.
score.
It was bad.
Yeah. I've seen the score only. I don't know how was the
It was bad.
the
So
game
bad.
quality.
Bad. Hey, the first goal was 8 minutes in.
I see. So
And
yeah.
it's just downhill from there. I have to pick a new country to root for. Argentina plays today, right? I think.
You can pick Argentina, right?
Yeah.
Or
Like
France. If you want to win, you can pick France.
I mean,
I kind of want to
stick
pick
with Argentina.
Norway because that one dude is hilarious to me. Their main like striker guy. He has a
Yeah.
YouTube channel that he's been going around America enjoying it. It's been kind of funny. Oh yeah, Argentina's on right now.
Yeah, it's playing right now.
Yeah, versus Egypt. Back, Ryan.
Yeah. All right.
So just a few of the little things was there's some questions on whether we could stage batches to bins. I don't know if you remember that. We can
Yes.
stage batches to bins. We can't shelve batches to bins. That was one.
Shelve batches to bins. What does that mean?
Well, there was that question because remember, Gerardo was like, "No, we can do that," and Tara was like, "No, we can't."
She just
And so
can't. They're using.
They were.
They're using language, and we're not. And so shelve. They're saying shelve, but that's not what it means.
right. So
They
the net
can.
was
They can stage batches to bins. They can stage batches to any of the staging locations. They can stage batches to.
Yes, they were confused because of the two different UIs that they use, the staging and the shelving.
And they're using shelving in the wrong way. I mean,
Correct.
That's challenging.
That's what we found out was that she was thinking shelving, we were thinking staging. So that was just a clarification as far as now everybody in that room is on the same page. You can stage,
Shelving
you
is what
can't shelve.
happens when we're grouping items for shipping. That's shelving.
Yeah.
Staging is moving objects, orders, and batches throughout the floor and staging them in different locations.
Yes, and I think now everybody's on that same page
Okay.
in that room, that might not affect you, Sebastian. That was just something we had to do with. The other one was they talked about wanting the matching batch on the handheld. So
Yeah.
that, and I only bring that up in case it changes something fundamental on the lower level. Maybe it's not something we need to worry about now, but they do want to be able to do that in the way that they do now with shelving, so they want it in staging.
Right. At what point in staging? They don't want it all the time, though.
Yeah,
I think it was just when staging to packaging.
Correct. Yeah, because this was with Zulema and Isaac. And so they would.
So when they stage a batch into packaging zone, any of the stages in the packaging zone, it needs to show there are other batches, where the other batches are
And I clarified.
that are with that batch.
I clarified it's the CEPS style batches only.
Right.
Not
It's
the
just the-
related. They kept
That's-
using
no,
related
no.
batches, and that's
what it is. That's what
no,
it
it's a
is.
matching batch.
What's a related batch?
Because they have that report with the related batches where it shows like.
I see. Yeah, we don't want to see
batches.
all of them. We only want
Correct.
to see where there are matching batches. I see what you're saying.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was just a clarification I had to give.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Because, so it's just the CEPS style parent-child show that batch
Yeah.
on the end one. In staging, in packaging. And
When you
so
are
that
staging
is
something to packaging.
to packaging. Yep, in case it's already staged. In case they're batching.
All they're trying to do is when a batch arrives, they want it to end up being staged in the same location as the other matching batches. If they are just a card CEPS style or like book and bookmark or any of those types.
Yes,
Oh,
exactly.
I see.
Does that make sense, Sebastian?
Right. So before selecting the target stage, they will have information where the other part is located at. So okay.
So we'll need to do that on lookup when they and that's what's tricky is we need to do some figuring out there because we allow them to scan multiple batches, and so we have to figure out a good UI that shows the related batches to the one that you scanned without allowing you to scan more, or I don't know how that's going to work. We have to do some mock-ups there to kind of walk.
We are
them through
already
what that
showing
means.
one div per batch that we scan.
Yes, but now
Right.
we're going to, in that one little div, we're going to be including all of the other like batches and where those are staged.
There should only be one other batch.
Now
Per-
there is.
Yeah,
There's
oh,
going
that's
to be
true.
more. There can be more. They're talking about adding this out to other types of products.
And it- yeah, that makes sense. That is a little tricky. We'll have to run through some UI.
Particularly the one that I'm thinking about is this one for this. There's this new partner that they're onboarding. That's I can't remember the name of it, but it's like an 8.5, 11 sheet folded in fours. There's a printed envelope. There's also a printed postcard and a printed something else. So they're all going to batch separately. Now, all 5 of those pieces are required for one order. So they're going to want 5 matching batches to all arrive in one location for ease in assembly, because they don't want to shelf each one of those pieces.
Right.
Because in theory, it's not needed because they have all the batches are the same.
Right. Yeah, we'll have to do CPS else stuff, make sure that all work.
Maybe we do it something like if it's the first batch scanned, we show and we make them stage that right away. And if they've already been staging other ones and then they stage this one, then it won't let them, because in order to stage a batch that's matching in packaging, it has to be done by itself. And I think that's a fair assessment because they're going to need to go put that somewhere else, and so it
Yeah, I
can't
think
be
they'll
with
want
everything
that.
else. Yeah.
I think that makes good sense. Does that make sense, Sebastian?
We'll need to
I
write
think
a story
it's
out and talk
yeah.
about it again.
Oh, okay.
We'll need to write
Yeah,
a story out.
that makes sense. The other. Oh, we briefly talked about, and maybe this is something for a later conversation, but having another merging step for that, or matching step.
What? Why?
Tasking. So, because, well, Tara was just saying that that is essentially what that is. They want to be able to merge the pieces together. Like
That's
I
all
said,
this
that
is
was-
doing. There's no need for a merging step. That just complicates things. It just
Okay.
by telling them where they need to put it, that is doing the merging.
That should be.
So I don't understand. So unless there's, I'm not understanding what the use case is. Why do you need an actual matching step in the paperwork? What is she trying to accomplish with that? What is the end goal for having a matching step?
What it sounded like to me was mostly a purely like tracking to ensure that it got done.
What got
Type
done?
of thing. The merging. Which,
I don't
but again,
understand.
we can follow up. Like I said, that was kind of just a briefly
Hmm.
mentioned one that maybe requires more digging into. I didn't know what was important and what wasn't, so I just wrote it down.
It's,
as far as that,
And it doesn't
and
work
I
like
didn't
that.
know if it.
So yeah, merging is for components between the same batch, and these are different batches that needs to get together. It's different.
yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. I
guess if they don't, unless they don't want it to show up on the packaging dashboard until all the components are arrived.
Yeah,
But I don't know if that's why they're using it.
Well, that's why, why they would use it. I can follow up with Tara on that one.
But yeah,
Maybe
it's
a
a
little bit
weird.
more.
That's a lot of building for something that we don't have merge steps for batches. We have merge steps for components, and these are not the same thing. So
Not okay. I can let Tara know that and see what she comes down with. I think that's fine on that one. And that was the last piece of information that I had on those. I just didn't know if I wanted you to have all the feedback I had in case it changed how you fundamentally were going to work through something. So.
well, so what are the next steps then? We need to write some stories for this.
Yeah, so it sounds like we need story for the showing the related or the matching batch on the handhelds and how to do that. I think that's a story.
Yep.
And you already worked out how to show the stage location on the task dashboard for these, so that's done. And then I think mostly that was the only story out of this, because it sounds like the merging step that would require more conversation if we even want to have it. So I'll leave that one off. So it
And
sounds
what
like
I would
mostly just-
propose is just talk to her about it and say what we can do is we can show when they are putting something somewhere, we can see if it's done or not, and then if it is the last step, if it's now all there, then maybe they can move it somewhere else physically so that they know that this is now ready to package. So that they're doing the merging themselves instead of us trying to create this new type of
task for it.
yeah.
Okay, I like that. Yeah, so that they have a location that they know these have already been matched. They're good to go.
Yeah, just use a physical.
Which makes
Yeah,
sense.
I don't.
Especially
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Okay, cool. So yeah, it looks like mainly the only story is for the handhelds. Be able, or a way to display the matching batch in the staging UI, not the shelving UI.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll get that. I'll write up a story.
Okay. So what's your concern, Ryan, about showing the matching batch stage inside that little square for each batch that we scan?
because we are going. Two things. One is if you scan something that has matching batches, that's going to need to go in the specific location that the other ones are. It needs to go somewhere else than what you've been scanning. So if you're scanning batch, and you hit one that has matching batches, that one needs to go somewhere completely different than all the other ones that you've scanned. Because we do have the ability for you to do a multiple scan, so you can scan multiple batches and stage in one location. So if they end up scanning a batch that has matching batches, that one needs to go to a different location. So it should not be included in a bulk scan.
Right. Yeah, I see.
So
but maybe as soon as they see that has a matching batch, they can exclude it immediately because they will have the information there. Well, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to want. I don't think we want, or they are going to want to have to manage that on a screen. If they scan something that needs to go somewhere else, then it should not be included in the set. But that's something we will have to verify with them. The problem with showing the information in that little div is we are going to be doing that. That is going to have to get pretty big when you've got 5 batches in there. And now we are.
Oh, because that new use case where there are 5 items.
Yeah,
in the same
we're
order.
gonna have 5
I
matching
see.
batches.
I
So
see.
the UI is gonna get really,
Yes.
Yeah.
I see.
and not even future proofing. It's coming down the pipe right
Yeah.
now. So I mean, it's just building it in a way it's not something we can do a lot of, but we're going to have to.
Presence proof it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I think that makes sense. Well, that's all my notes.
Okay. So with that, then I'll pull up this. Come on, Teams, don't make me reboot again. Oh, good. All right. That working okay? Can you see that?
Yep.
All right. So I think this is one that Chuck entered in. I imagine this is pretty
Yeah.
urgent. That's a problem. We've been
Yeah.
doing this for I don't know how long.
For a very long time, yeah.
Long.
I kind of saw that potential for that when I was messing with that method the other day, but I didn't want to try to fix too many things. But then a partner was asking about it, so
Yeah, I'll bet.
yeah. I mean, yeah. So what we end up with is stuff that is, it might be 0.3 pounds and
0.3
ends up
pounds
pulling
is
this 2
ready to
pound
get 2
rate.
pounds. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a problem.
yeah. So, and if you look at the weights in Shipwise, it says 2. In Digital Shipper, it'll say like 1.3 or 1.2 or whatever. But once you're over a pound, then it goes to the 2 pound
Yep.
weight. So
Makes sense.
yeah. So
Yeah, so
Anyway,
that's
and-
important.
yeah, and that'll be fairly simple. I mean, obviously, you got to make sure it's something that has some impact, obviously. But the logic is just it's checking. Yeah, it's making sure it's trying to make sure that it's a pound, and then we're adding 0.2 to it. So anyway, I'm not even sure if it has to be rounded up to a pound. That might be old logic, but I don't know if we even need to do that.
Yeah, if we need to round it to a pound,
Yeah, because there's a line in there specifically for melanin. No, sorry, specifically
For
for
BPM. Yeah,
Yeah.
they don't let. So you
be
can't
less
ship
than a
something
pound.
BPM less than a pound, and so
Okay,
that's why.
okay, so it's fine.
At least we couldn't. Maybe that's changed, but I would.
Yeah,
I don't think so. I think BPM rates are always pound rates anyway, so we might as well
Yeah.
just round it up to a
just
pound
keep it that way. Yeah,
But
yeah,
packaging in
doesn't
first.
hurt it. Yeah.
Okay.
So what's the fix here?
Well, we need probably add somehow. This could be an issue for the other things too. That we add 0.2 pounds for the weight of the box. I guess it isn't super straightforward what the exact solution is, but what's happening is we make it be a pound, and then we add 0.2 pounds later to cover the weight of the box. But then that takes us up above a pound, so it puts it in a new rate, in a higher rate. So that the order weight really, what I think we should do is make it so that order weight gets added before we do any of the other rounding. Although it's great. Yeah, I think that's the solution. We need to add that 0.2 before
Where's the
we
actual
round up.
business rule here? So do we need to consider the box weight when playing BPM
We
rules
do
or not?
when we're adding that 0.2, then we are considering the box weight. So we're checking if there was a recommended or actual packaging, and if there was, then we don't add anything. But otherwise, we add 0.2, and there's a couple of exceptions in there too. But I think if we move that adding 0.2 logic before to the points before we because we're doing these math.max where basically if it's under a pound we bump it up to a pound, but we should add that 0.2 pounds that might get added should be done before that. That should be all we need. And then these ones will just end up as a pound instead of 1.2 or Anyway. And I put order weight. Yeah, it's in there. Yeah. Anyway. Fairly simple. Just have to make sure we do it in a way that we don't break something else. But
Do you have an idea of how much you think it's going to take?
I would probably say it might be really. It's probably really easy. I would say it's extra small, but you do want to like make sure you're thinking about how it's working when you do it, and obviously we'll code review it. So but
See, in the iteration, is that something you're taking? Like, are you taking care of? Is that something, or do we need to put it?
I can't. It's one of those things where I almost was like, I'll just do this and not, but I haven't. I'm not coding it at the moment, and I have a couple of things I got to review and another one.
I don't have it assigned. Okay.
Finish, yeah. So
Great. I'm guessing this is this one. FedEx overnight Saturday rate shop before Saturday available. Add rate shopping
Yeah.
for FedEx.
I don't necessarily have the great way of how we do it, but I think we need this. It doesn't happen very often, but it happens where a partner wants to send everything Saturday, and I don't think I don't know if in those cases we're even trying to look for the cheapest, but the reason I think we need some type of a rate shop handling to handle it, because we want it to do standard priority and it actually be Saturday.
Do we?
Not
Isn't
not looking
Saturday
for
the
cheapest.
same? Isn't Saturday the same price for us anyway?
Not for overnight.
Oh,
Yeah, not for
I
overnight.
see.
So So like Artifact Uprising on the Friday before Father's Day, then they wanted like 800. I don't know if it was them or if it was something gone wrong on our side, but they needed to all go for Saturday because it was Father's Day, and then anyway, it was failing with Shipwise. Then it was just always going Monday, and with Digital Shipper, I can't remember what was going on with Digital Shipper. Oh, we just didn't have the one method in there yet. So but anyway, the point of this is to that they can make it be the Saturday method, and then it's going to shop between the two overnight Saturday methods.
options.
Yeah, but it's not really a rate shop, because it's the other methods would be I don't know exactly
They are
how
going to
we
be cheaper,
do
but
this.
yeah.
Yeah,
This is
if
a
it
rate
can't go
shop, but
Saturday-
you prioritize time delivery.
Yeah, exactly. So it's not quite the same as the 2-day one rate thing.
Yeah.
But and then it needs to, if one of those don't work, and maybe it already kind of handles this situation. No, it doesn't, because it's going for cheapest. But in this situation, yeah, it wouldn't be the cheapest. But if it can't go Saturday, instead of it giving them an error label, then it would just go over the non-Saturday method. So
yeah, give us the cheapest of the fastest.
yeah. And then if neither of those of the Saturday can go, yeah, cheapest of the fastest.
And
Yeah.
if the fastest is Monday, then that's
that's-
what you're
yeah.
going to get.
Yep, exactly. So
How about that idea, Bill?
Yeah, I thought we had talked about it.
yeah, we might.
The problem was what we ran into yesterday, what I was telling you, where the method didn't actually return
The actual
it's supposed to be there.
expected date. Yeah, so it kind of does rely on that.
Which makes it quite different.
Yeah. Yeah, and kind of there is another story that would be a prerequisite to that we talked about yesterday, which is we're doing rate shopping, adding rate shopping for Shipwise from our side, because we can get rates. We can get rates back and do the same things we're doing for Digital Shipper, and then we just
Then we
so
have
then we
control
don't have
over
to
it
rely
instead
on
of
theirs.
using
Yeah,
their
and then
weird,
whenever yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, and then whenever we have something different like this, I mean, then we can just make it work, and then it'll work for both.
So this feels like this is a story request, but it was put in the iteration.
Oh yeah, sorry, it just defaulted to that. It's
Okay.
not supposed to be and this would not be probably not super urgent, because it also normally just happens, like I could see around Christmas, and then next month
Two
is
times a year
Father's
that
Day.
we need this.
But it's even Mother's and Father's Day, they don't. Well, they might use it more than we know, honestly.
Yeah.
But when we've had issues, it's only been 2 or 3 times with the overnight one.
Yeah. So we need anyway. I think this is a good candidate to bring up in our. I mean, we've talked about there. I think Dan's wanting to have a shipping meeting.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
let's do this. Let me put a tag on
Or do a
there.
tag for that. Yeah. Or whipping. Yeah.
Yeah, whipping, same thing.
Feels like that sometimes.
Yeah, sure does. Shipping on it. That's good. We'll have to make sure we pull up our any of these that we want to consider for shipping. We can. I'll leave it there so we can talk about it again with Chad. This is not something we need to talk about right now. In fact, Well, actually, I guess we did want to. There's, but we don't have to do it now. Let's go and leave that for
Yeah.
another day.
Oh,
This
and I've
one
got
is-
the bug report for the Duplo thing. I forgot to hit save. I think that's why it's not showing up in there.
So you remember you can just do bugs now instead of bug reports.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're abandoning the story requests and the bug reports. We're just
Oh,
building
even
user
story
stories and bugs
requests.
now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just there's not a
Good.
need
reason.
anymore. Yeah.
Okay.
We
Cool.
built it that way so that we could use that as a gate as we were deciding what we were going to move forward, but
Mhm.
Chad's doing it differently, so we're abandoning
Okay.
that extra step.
Okay. Cool.
Save. Okay, so there's the difference between these two. Oh, I can't see that. Let's see. 6.
So yeah, it ends at that's 4.9 millimeters between those two. And it needs to be 5, and it's sounds like it's just a
The
rounding error.
the minimum is 4.9. So the slit, saying slit at 26.8, 303.4, 115.7, 209.6. I don't understand what I'm looking at with those numbers.
I honestly can't say that I'm that I fully understood, except that he pointed out that
Who's
the Dan pointed out the
Okay.
4th and 6th one should have been 5 millimeters, which is the gutter width. The minimum is 5 Yeah, it should be 5 millimeters.
see.
That's 4.9.
Do we have
and he
this-
said that's a rounding error.
Do we have this batch ID?
That would have been helpful if I did that, huh?
Looks like it's right there, just outside the screen. We're gonna need that because we're gonna use
Okay,
that
I've
to
got
try to
that.
rebuild it. You do have it?
Okay,
Yeah.
I've got that somewhere.
For rebuilding is fine, not for inspecting because the Duplo file is unreadable,
Yeah.
right?
Right. It's unreadable. Right.
So,
But we're gonna
But
want
maybe-
we're gonna want to look at the values we're putting into that file,
right, exactly.
and
We can totally inspect it by debugging.
I think I
So
have.
maybe but that makes
Sorry.
sense.
I think I have the component ID because there's a
That's
C number.
yeah,
So
yeah, that's fine.
yeah, so I can stick that in. Crap.
Right.
Want to read it to me? I can put it right.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah,
Right.
137 6428.
It was quite urgent. I can take a look at that.
Yeah. This is probably pretty urgent.
Okay.
Okay. This is something that we need to do for the UI. We've got as I was doing some working with in order to create a standard. No, I needed to duplicate a soft cover and a lay flat book with some new and file process them on a new branch that Dan had given me. This is to put the new barcode changes onto the books so that they can do some testing with it. So in order to do that, though, I duplicated the order and ended up using a PowerShell script that would repost the payload with an APA underscore. So it's kind of like a reorder, but it really is a reorder because they're just reusing the payload they already gave me. And then I went in and I edited the partner so it would switch over to Alexander's when it's done shipping. But the challenge there is that when you pull up the order, it doesn't show you it just shows you that it's the customer's order. And we do have the partner modifier, and it would be helpful if that partner modifier showed, if when you look at that order, it shows the partner, and then underneath it would say, this partner will switch to blank on shipping, so that we can see that that it's already been done. Makes sense.
Yeah, I don't think that'll be too bad.
I don't think so either. Size-wise, though, what are we thinking?
Extra small.
Yeah, okay.
Not quite extra small, because I think it's probably
No.
more than one line. But
Yeah, right.
The story description has more than one line, so
Yes, well, it's clear.
so
And then we also need to have a conversation around this that when manual order creation, account managers can specify they can have it switch to a partner on completion, but it looks like they don't have access to do that on the order screen, super admin only. And I was wondering it seems like we should have customer service be able to do both of those things.
I think that makes sense.
Save us from having to do it.
Yeah.
So that's in there as well. That's the question, and I think we decided that the question answer to that is yes.
that doesn't sound like it's an extra small then, because we need a new dialogue or something to pop up the partners.
Nope. It's already worked.
Just-
It already works. It's already, the only thing is it's just a permission thing. So just
Oh,
add
really?
customer service on the permission. Yeah, we can already do it. It's
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
Just
yeah,
it's
yeah.
just they
Interesting.
can-
What is the option? Let's see.
Yeah.
Haven't seen that before.
So we go to orders
Edit. I see.
Edit?
Mhm.
Yeah.
right here
Yeah.
under edit, and it pops up a nice little dialogue if I'm logged in. Which
Right.
oh well.
Yeah, that
Anyway.
was what I was talking about.
Okay. Good.
I see.
Story, no more stand-up tag, off it goes. Okay. All right, that's good. That's I think that should do it. Have a good one, everybody.
Awesome.
Alright. Good.
Okay,
Thank
you too.
Bye.
See ya.
Alright, see ya.
Bye.
See ya.